Hello Helldivers, it's Fate here and welcome back to another video. Today we're diving deep into something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and it's my wish list for the top 3 collaborations I want to see come to Helldivers 2. Now, if you've been following the game since launch, you already know how far we've come, from the early days of chaotic bug hunts to massive updates, and now full-on collaborations with iconic franchises. And honestly, this opens up a ton of possibilities for what can happen next in the Helldivers universe. So grab your favorite stratagem, buckle in, and let's spread some democracy. Back in December of last year, we saw the very first official collab with Killzone. No one expected it, there weren't any leaks, there wasn't build-up, it just dropped, and for fans like me who grew up with the Killzone franchise, it hit like a nostalgia bomb, seeing the Hellgassed armor return in Helldivers 2 after years of silence from the Killzone franchise was truly wild. And the only real criticism there was with the Killzone armor was how it was monetized, but beyond that, people loved it. The style, the vibe, the grit, it just fit all together. It felt like Arrowhead was saying, yeah, we can totally do crossovers, but only if they fit our universe. And that's a key here, collabs that make sense. Collabs that blend perfectly into the Helldivers universe instead of breaking immersion. And we actually got a glimpse of what Arrowhead's open to when the former CEO teased potential partnerships. In the post, he showed a lineup that included a Killzone Hellgassed armor, a shot of Starship Troopers, Halo ODST, and Cadians from Warhammer 40k. Right then, the imagination ran wild. Then just a month and a half ago, boom, the Halo ODST collaboration dropped. Not only did it look incredible, but it also launched the same day Helldivers 2 came out on Xbox. Talk about perfect timing. For me, it was huge. It proved that Arrowhead was serious about doing these crossovers in a respectful and lore-friendly way. The armor felt like something a Helldiver would actually wear. It wasn't flashy or out of place. It looked like ODST had just enlisted under Super Earth's command. And at that moment, it got me thinking, what's next? We've now got 2 successful collabs under our belt, Killzone and Halo. So today, I'm breaking down my top 3 dream collabs that I think would fit perfectly into the Helldivers 2-tone, style, and world. You already know I had to start with this one. Gears of War is hands down one of my favorite franchises ever. The tone, the armor design, the weapons, everything about it screams gritty sci-fi warfare. And think about it, every collab so far has focused on the grunts of the universe, the everyday soldiers. That's exactly what COG soldiers from Gears are. They're the embodiment of what boots on the ground mentality, just like Helldivers. Imagine running through a Terminus swarm in full COG armor, the bulky plates, the glowing blue lights, the iconic skull emblem, and the weapons? Come on, a Lancer rifle with a working chainsaw bayonet? That would be insane. You could literally chainsaw bugs and bots up close. Adding the Nasher shotgun for brutal close quarters combat, you got yourself a perfect fit for Helldivers' brutal sandbox. And let's not forget the Hammer of Dawn. How sick would it be to have a stratagem version? You mark a target and call down a satellite laser that scorches everything in its radius. Basically an orbital laser, but handheld. The Gears universe already shares so much DNA with Helldivers. The camaraderie, the military tone, the constant fight for survival against overwhelming odds. This collab just makes sense. And it's one of those nobody asked for, but everybody would love it kind of drops. Now for number 2, this one should surprise absolutely nobody. Starship Troopers. The movie, the satire, the propaganda, it's all in the DNA of Helldivers 2. In fact, it's fair to say Helldivers is the modern Starship Troopers game we never officially got. From the tone of the Super Earth broadcast to the over-the-top democracy slogans, everything about Helldivers pays homage to Starship Troopers' militaristic, imperialistic satire. Both franchises pit humanity against endless waves of bugs. Both glorify sacrifice in the name of freedom, and both have darkly comedic take on the cost of war. So, a Starship Troopers collab isn't just logical, it's inevitable. I love to see armor inspired by Rico's Roughnecks, complete with a gray and black color scheme and heavy shoulder plates. Maybe even the Morita rifle inspired weapon for that classic burst fire bug slaying action. And here's the kicker. A while back there was a leak showing a camera objective where players could record footage, just like the Starship Troopers newsreel from the movie. If that's not a wink towards a future collab, I don't know what is. Plus, Starship Trooper fits perfectly with Helldivers' tone, expendable soldiers, propaganda, and the illusion of freedom.
Young people from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part. Are you? Join the mobile infantry and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship.
Alright, Helldivers, this is my dream collab. Number 1 on my list has to be the Cadians from Warhammer 40k. If you played the recent Space Marine 2 or you're a Warhammer fan, you already know how iconic the Cadians are. They're regular infantry of the Imperium, disciplined, loyal, and totally expendable. Sound familiar? Well, that's literally the Helldivers spirit. Now here's where things get a little bit interesting. We've already seen leaks of a chainsword being developed for Helldivers 2, one of the most recognizable weapons in the 40k universe, and the CEO of Arrowhead, Shamsarjani, even said he wouldn't rest until a chainsword was in the game, and that's a pretty strong hint. Imagine seeing the bolter rifle show up in the future Warbond. It's chunky, thunderous, and spits explosive shells that perfectly fit into Helldivers 2's brutal combat style. Even the voice lines would blend perfectly. For example, for the Emperor replaced for Super Earth. Both universes glorify sacrifice, loyalty, and absolute obedience, and it just works. And visually, the Cadian's aesthetic, the helmets, the chest plates, the fatigues, it fits perfectly into the Helldivers aesthetic. It's militaristic, grounded, and believable. If Arrowhead ever made this happen, it would be the collab of the decade for me. Now, out of my top 3, 2 of these already have some credible leaks floating around, like Starship Troopers and Warhammer 40k. The Gears of War collab, though, that's the one I've been dreaming of ever since the Halo/Xbox collab became real. I know it hasn't been mentioned, but man, would it be a dream come true. And to be clear, I'm keeping my wish list within reason. No wild celebrity crossovers or meme collabs like we see in other games. I don't want to see Nicki Minaj or Beavis and Butthead running around Super Earth. I'm looking at you, Call of Duty. I want collabs that fit, ones that respect the tone and world Arrowhead built. And these 3, Gears of War, Starship Troopers, and Warhammer 40k, are perfect examples of that. They expand the game while staying true to what makes Helldivers 2 special. Now before I wrap this up, I gotta throw in a fun what if. Something I know a lot of us have joked about in the comments. Imagine if Helldivers 2 ever got a Star Wars collab. I know, it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Clone Troopers and Stormtroopers are basically the definition of nameless grunts. They live, they fight, and they die for the Empire without a name or identity, exactly like us Helldivers. If you remember the image, the former Arrowhead Zero posted the one that drew the line between what's possible and what's off limits for collabs. I honestly think Star Wars should have been sitting right there on the left side of that line next to Halo and Starship Troopers, because everything on the right, the Master Chief, Doomslayer, Captain Titus, Shredder, and even Snoop Dogg, those are all heroes with plot armor. They don't fit the Helldivers vibe of sacrifice and expendability. But Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, they fit perfectly. Just replace For the Empire with For Super Earth, and you basically got the same military machine. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not asking for lightsabers or Jedi flips. Okay, imagine if a Helldiver running around with a lightsaber. Yeah, I think that'd be spreading democracy a bit too far. But I'm just joking. But man, if we ever saw a Stormtrooper inspired armor set showed up in a Warbond, it would absolutely cook. And before I sign off, quick heads up, next weekend there won't be any Helldivers 2 content unless Arrowhead drops some crazy patch or new content. But I'm locking in for Battlefield 6 launch, and I'll be grinding through both the campaign and the multiplayer at launch so I can bring you a full review. It's probably going to take me a few days to really dig in and get a proper feel for the game, but once it's ready, that video is dropping right here on the channel, so stay tuned. So there you have it, my top 3 dream collabs for Helldivers 2. Let me know down in the comments below which crossover would you like to see next. Do you agree with my list, or do you have your own dream lineup? Maybe something wild but still fits the tone. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss future uploads. This is Fate signing off.
She for the streets. Got green
MC squared, I'm Einstein. I'm the new Johnny Cash, well, water line.